In 2009, the Auckland Harbour Bridge is 50 years old. Back in 1975, when the bridge, like myself, was many years younger, I made a movie about how I found the bridge and harbour. Now, 34 years later, it is fascinating to wind back the clock and go back and revisit that period in time.
"3,000 feet long, 200 foot high, and straddling the Waitemata Harbour stands the Auckland Harbour Bridge. Taken for granted, it now forms part of our everyday lives, and yet the bridge hasn't always been with us. In memory of once how it used to be, as Queen Street, Northcote, once a busy thoroughfare taking traffic down to the vehicular ferry, now finds quiet and peace. And a few miles away at the bottom of Hinnamoa Street, Birkenhead Wharf is likewise quiet and peaceful, with just a few reminders of how once dozens of ferries a day used to call to transport vehicles across the harbour. At Devonport, of course, ferries still run across to the city, but only taking passengers and not vehicles. And the ferry hall, now quiet, no doubt could tell us so many stories of the past, as also could the cityside ferry buildings. And what of the old ferries? Well, like old soldiers, they never die. They just slowly rot away. And deep in their bowels, the spirits of the past could tell us so many stories could they speak. But the bridge is here to stay. And of all people, the residents of Stokes Point must be so aware of its presence, as from this picturesque spot they still have their splendid view out over the harbour, but they now live under the shadow of the great bridge overhead. And in memory of the 1,000 men and 4 years spent in building our bridge, so that daily we may easily cross from one side of the harbour to the other. And the men who daily keep the bridge running smoothly, come rain or shine. You may not be able to walk across the bridge, but you can walk through a tunnel under the toll booths, to watch the speeding traffic on its way. And in memory of those parts of Auckland somewhat changed, such as Victoria Park, now overshadowed with a giant flyover taking traffic to the bridge. And as yachts lie framed by the bridge approach, we return to Stokes Point, where the bridge seems to take its last gravity-defying leap from firm soil out across the harbour. And above, girders so low one can almost touch them, and above them the great bridge shrieks and groans like a strange monster being kept from a deep sleep. And we find a memorial to 3 brave men who gave their lives whilst building this, our Auckland Harbour Bridge? For yes, this film is in their memory.
Over subsequent years, the city's skyline has grown out of sight. And the Harbour Bridge toll booths are now just a memory that passed in the night. On the water the ferries are thriving and worth their weight in gold. And may our wharves never again be allowed to grow old. The Great Bridge is being strengthened to last for many more years. And below still stands the memorial, although by now the workers' grieving families have probably long dried their tears.